Children don't develop inside programs, they develop inside systems. And that's something that my doctoral research keeps bringing me back to. A child can have a great teacher, a great therapist, a great curriculum, a great 30-minute intervention, but then what happens? They go back to life the other 167 and a half hours of the week. And the question becomes, do the skills go with them? Years ago, when I created my own program for young children, this was one of the problems I was trying to solve, even though I didn't have the research language for it yet. I didn't just want a child who could stand still when I said attention. I wanted the child who struggled to wait their turn in class to get better at waiting outside of class. I wanted the child who gave up when something was hard to learn how to stay with it and use that ability somewhere else. And I wanted the child who could control their body in my room to begin controlling their impulses in the classroom, at home, and on the playground. The skill had to travel. So that changed how I started designing elements of the program. We didn't just practice skills in one predictable way. We changed the activity. We changed the demands. We added other children. We added distractions. We practiced the same underlying capacity in different situations over and over and over again, because being able to do something under perfect conditions is not the same as being able to do it when life gets messy. And now, years later, the research is helping me to understand why this matters so much. A great intervention is important, but the intervention exists inside a much bigger system. The adults around the child, the environment they move through, the expectations placed on them, and the opportunities that they have to use what they've learned. I've worked with children for almost 30 years, and I've watched kids build incredible skills inside of our program. Self-control, confidence, the ability to persist, to listen, to remember directions, and manage their bodies. But there's a question that I particularly have become obsessed with. Do those skills travel outside of my environment? Can that child use the self-control when the classroom gets chaotic? Can they use persistence when homework gets hard? Can they regulate themselves when mom is trying to get everyone out the door? Because being able to demonstrate a skill inside the environment where you learned it is not the same as being able to access it when you actually need it. And that is one of the reasons I created capacity training, is designed around this exact problem. It's not just how do we help my child build a skill, but it's how do we help that skill to carry over in real life. That means we can't only work with the child, we have to look at the environments that they move through, the adults around them, demands that are placed on them, and whether this child is getting the opportunities to practice and use the capacity across different situations. Because that's what this research keeps reinforcing. A great intervention is not enough if the gains stay trapped inside the intervention. And that doesn't diminish the value of therapy, school, or any great children's program. It means that we have to bridge between what a child can do there and what they can do everywhere else. And that's the problem now that I'm trying to solve, because children don't develop inside programs, they develop inside systems. And the goal isn't just to build capacity, the goal is to build capacity that travels with the child.